Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, who previously announced he was leaving rugby league to come to rugby union, has made his announcement, as my screen flickers, that he's coming to the Blues. It's probably the worst kept secret. It was the most obvious choice for Roger to join the Blues for next year because he's based with the Auckland Warriors, or New Zealand Warriors, who are based in Auckland, and the Blues are also based in Auckland. So he doesn't have to move. He can kind of stay settled in Auckland and join up with an Auckland team, or a Blues team, can't really call it an Auckland team anymore, which is starting to look pretty good in terms of the talent. So yeah, he's not in the squad for 2021. He's still got to finish his deal with the Warriors, so that goes through until the end of 2021 or the latter half of 2021. He signed a 2-year deal, so a couple of years with the Blues. Certainly 2022 and then 2023 is a Rugby World Cup year. It seems like very careful timing. If things don't work out, it's only 2 years and he can always go back to rugby league as like a 29-year-old. But he's 27 years old. Give him a chance to make the Rugby World Cup squad. I'm sure that's what he's got his mind on, but it's not going to be an easy one with the likes of, Geordie Barrett, Damien McKenzie, Will Jordan. There's like loads of guys who are in that framework for the position that I'm assuming he's going to be a fullback, but you never know, man. I guess he could slot in somewhere else, but yeah. Getting into the Blues shouldn't be a problem. Getting into the All Blacks may be a bit of a tougher ask. But it looks like it's going to work out pretty well in terms of his transition because he's potentially lining up for Auckland in the Mitre 10 Cup in 2021. Depending on probably how far the Warriors, the league team, go into the competition, I think there's a bit of overlap between when the NRL season finishes and when the Mitre 10 season begins. Mitre 10 starts before the NRL's finished, but it'll depend how long the Warriors go into the season. If they're out before the playoffs, the knockout stages, then he may be free to pretty much join up from the get-go. But if the Warriors somehow manage to make the grand final, then Auckland wouldn't see him for quite some time. But yeah, it's probably a good way to ease yourself into the competition rather than jumping straight into Super Rugby level. You get a chance at Mitre 10 Cup to hone those skills. Remember, he's played first 15 rugby, he's played Blues development squad rugby before, so it's been a long time for him, but he's got that core skill set from league, and he's got those rugby union skills in the back of his mind somewhere. Just needs to brush off some of the rust and get back into things. He did say that it's a dream of his to play union again, and the opportunity with New Zealand Rugby, the Blues, and Auckland was pretty exciting. The fact that New Zealand Rugby are also in on the deal, that they've likely topped up part of his contract. I haven't got any confirmation from that, but I would just seem very likely. His All Blacks prospects are probably a bit better than they might have been. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Looking at the Blues lineup, depending on how many of these guys are still on contract in 2022, you could potentially have a backline that looks like Beauden Barrett, TJ Whānau, Akira, Rico Ioane, Caleb Clark, Mark Talea, who's only come on in like the last year, but he's been bloody good, and then Roger Tuivasa-Sheck at fullback. It'll be interesting to see how quickly he adapts his kicking game to union, because when Bodie was playing at fullback, he was having to do a lot of kicking. So he went from being speedy Bodie who scores tries to Mr. Consistent fullback. So, I mean, they could also potentially shuffle him around into other positions. I mean, he's 1 meter 82 and 96 kilos. So he's a solid unit. He could potentially slot in, but it would be maybe a bit of an inexperienced midfield to have him at 12 and Rico at 13. But I don't know. We'll see. Leon McDonald has got a bit of time to think about it. But yeah, Blues fans got to be pretty happy. This will surely put some bums on seats, which will please the Blues board, because that seems to be a thing. Like when they signed Sonny Bill, when they signed Benji Marshall, the former probably worked out more than the latter, but we'll see. We'll see how Roger goes. I'll give him a chance, man. I'm a Blues fan. I hope he does well. You guys let me know your thoughts on Roger signing with the Blues. How do you reckon he's going to go? And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.